Capricorn, listen closely. This is not a prediction. This is a final cosmic warning, and it's targeted directly at you. Between June 9th and June 13th, something massive is happening behind the veil. You won't see it in the news, but your soul will feel it. A karmic countdown is underway, and Capricorn, you are at the center of it. This is your final karmic checkpoint of 2025, a moment where the universe pauses everything and watches you. Why? Because your destiny is being tested. This is a spiritual crossroad, one that determines whether you rise into your true timeline or fall back into an old karmic loop that will repeat until 2033. That's 8 long years of feeling stuck, frustrated, overlooked, or burdened. And the worst part, you may not even realize you're being tested until it's too late. But this is your warning, this is your chance, and it begins right now. Capricorn, the energy from June 9th to 13th is no accident. Saturn, your ruling planet, is activating karmic ties. Pluto is demanding transformation. And your soul, it's standing in the fire. Are you going to survive it, or will you rise? This isn't just a hard week. It's your spiritual exam. The universe is watching to see, have you learned your past lessons? Are you still holding on to control, pain, fear, or resentment? Or are you finally ready to let go, step forward, and claim your divine destiny? If you ignore the signs, if you repeat the same toxic patterns, if you let your fear speak louder than your soul, then the door to your true future will close. Not forever, but until 2033. And that's not a timeline you want to get trapped in. Because the energy you're in now, it's not normal, it's not casual, it's karmically charged. Everything you do from June 9th to 13th will echo forward. The decisions you make, the people you cut off or cling to, the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind, it all determines the timeline you enter. So if you've been feeling off lately, exhausted, emotional, nostalgic, angry without knowing why, that's not you being moody. That's your soul preparing for the test. And I promise you, this is not a test you want to fail. Because after this, your path will either accelerate into alignment, purpose, love, and abundance, or it will spiral into delays, confusion, heartbreak, and repetition. You've been here before, Capricorn. You know what it's like to carry burdens that aren't yours, to push through pain with no reward, to stay loyal to people who drain your spirit. Enough. This is your final warning. The karmic portal is opening. The universe is listening. And this time, you decide what happens next. Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal the 3 spiritual tests coming your way between June 9th to 13th. These are not small challenges, they're soul-level initiations. Let's begin. Capricorn, pay close attention. Between June 9th and June 13th, the universe is aligning 2 of your most powerful cosmic rulers, Saturn and Pluto, in a way that hasn't happened in years. This isn't just astrology, this is destiny mechanics. And because you are ruled by Saturn, this shift hits you harder, deeper, and more intensely than any other sign. This week isn't just energetically charged, it's karmically loaded. Saturn is the lord of time, karma, structure, and soul contracts. Pluto is the destroyer, the rebirther, the shadow master. Together, they are igniting a karmic firestorm in your chart. What does this mean for you? It means a spiritual exam is underway, a test that doesn't show up on paper, but in your energy, your relationships, your inner world. It means a karmic portal is opening, but not everyone will walk through it. Only those willing to let go of old identities. Only those brave enough to look at their shadow. Only those who are ready to evolve. This is a moment of cosmic accountability. And if you've been feeling off lately, now you know why. Have you been suddenly exhausted for no reason? Arguing with people who usually don't trigger you? Revisiting decisions you made 5 or even 10 years ago? Feeling pulled back into the past, as if the universe is replaying old scenes? None of this is random. It's a divine setup to reveal what still holds power over you. Your soul is being called into the courtroom of karma and asked, are you finally ready to release the cycle? This may show up in very personal ways. Old wounds may resurface, especially involving control, rejection, abandonment, or betrayal. Tension with authority figures or family may spike, especially father energy, or anyone who ever told you who you were supposed to be. You may feel an overwhelming urge to retreat, or to lash out. You may feel confused, lost, or like your foundation is shaking beneath your feet. But don't run, don't hide. This shaking is sacred. Capricorn, your structure is being tested not to break you, but to rebuild you stronger, to strip away what no longer serves your highest self. This is the universe asking, will you choose growth or will you choose comfort? Because comfort leads to cycles. Growth leads to freedom. You've waited for the next level. You've prayed for transformation. You've begged for clarity, breakthrough, and divine justice. Well, this is it. But there's a catch. You don't get the reward without facing the test. This week is not here to punish you. It's here to awaken you, to show you how powerful you've become if you're willing to walk through the fire. So now the question is, will you step through the karmic gate or repeat the lesson until 2033? Because the clock is ticking and the test has already begun. Capricorn, your soul is about to be tested on 3 levels. From June 9th to June 13th, the universe is sending you 3 major tests, not as punishment, but as proof of your readiness to rise. These are karmic checkpoints, and how you respond will either unlock your next chapter or rewind your story back to the beginning. Let's break each one down. Test number 1, resisting control, Capricorn. Control has always felt like your comfort zone. You build systems, you create plans, you organize chaos, but this week, chaos may enter your world and nothing will go as planned. It's not a failure, it's the first karmic test. You'll find yourself trying to fix what isn't yours to fix, trying to hold everything together, even as it crumbles. You'll feel panic when things feel out of control, frustration at people who don't follow the rules, guilt for not doing more. But here's the question you must ask. Am I trying to force the universe to bend to my will? Or am I finally ready to surrender to divine flow? Because this test is about trust. The universe wants to see, can you surrender without shutting down? Can you trust the storm, knowing it's clearing space for your next timeline? To pass this test, pause, breathe, release. Let go of ego control. Let things unfold, even if they feel messy. Only in the surrender will your soul find peace. Test number 2, work vs. self-worth. Capricorn, let's be honest. You've always tied your value to your work. You feel most alive when you're achieving, succeeding, performing. But this week, you may feel deep fatigue, like your body is saying, stop. A sense of worthlessness when you're not busy. Guilt for resting, relaxing, or doing nothing. This isn't laziness. It's a karmic mirror. The universe is asking, can you still love yourself when you're not producing something? Can you feel worthy even when you're still? This is one of the hardest lessons for Capricorns because your identity is built on results. But your soul isn't here to do, it's here to be. To pass this test, unplug, reflect, rest. Let your spirit take the wheel, not your to-do list. Your value is never in your achievements, it's in your essence. Break the loop by embracing stillness. Test number 3, the return of a karmic person. This one is the ultimate karmic challenge. Someone from your past may show up between June 9th and 13th. A lover, an old friend, a parent, a boss, someone who once had emotional power over you. But listen closely. This is not a second chance. This is not divine timing. This is not fate bringing you back together. It's a test. Can you see through the illusion? Can you recognize the old wound they represent? Can you finally choose yourself over your trauma bond? They are the final echo of your past timeline, and your response will determine if you close the karmic loop or repeat it. To pass this test, say no. Don't reattach to familiar pain. Choose evolution over comfort. Capricorn, this week, your strength is not in how much you carry, it's in how much you release. Let go of the past to claim your future. Capricorn, this is why it's happening now. Right now, between June 9th and June 13th, you are standing at a spiritual crossroad, and this isn't just symbolic, it's literal. You're in front of a timeline fork, one that will either move you into alignment with your higher self, or send you spiraling into another cycle of frustration, stagnation, and emotional confusion until 2033. Yes, it's that serious. Red circle with a line through it. Every soul signs contracts before entering this life. Contracts that contain growth points, pain points, and karmic checkpoints. Moments in time that either propel you forward or pull you back. And for you, Capricorn, this week is one of them. You've felt it, haven't you? The emotional heaviness, the sense of déjà vu, the sudden reappearance of old wounds, old patterns, old people. It's not random. It's not coincidental. It's cosmic design. Because you've been here before, you've passed some tests, but others, you've repeated. Maybe you've stayed too long in relationships that drained you. Maybe you've silenced your truth to keep the peace. Maybe you've worked so hard proving your worth to others that you forgot your worth is innate. You've built walls around your heart. You've carried pain like it was a badge of honor. You've told yourself, "I'm fine," when you were secretly breaking inside. But now the universe is done waiting. Now the universe is saying, choose, evolve, or stay stuck. This is a mercy disguised as pressure. You're being tested now, not because you're being punished, but because you're finally ready. You've done the inner work, you've cried the tears, you've awakened enough to notice the signs. So the universe is saying, here it is, your moment, your chance to step off the karmic wheel and walk into divine alignment. But here's the truth most won't tell you. If you avoid this test, if you numb out, stay silent, or run back to your comfort zone, you'll feel it, not as punishment, but as delay. Your destiny will wait for you, but it won't chase you. And that waiting, it will feel like anxiety, depression, burnout, stuckness, failed relationships, creative blocks, emotional fog. That's what stuck energy feels like. But if you pass this test, Capricorn, your entire frequency will shift. You'll feel lighter, clearer, free. The doors that felt bolted shut will swing open. The relationships that drained you will fade. The energy you've begged for, it will return like a flood. You're not a victim. You're a warrior. And you chose to meet this karmic gate in 2025. So take a breath, look around, and realize this is your soul's moment. The future is waiting, but it won't wait forever. Capricorn, this is what happens if you fail. Let's be honest. Most people don't fail their karmic test because they're evil or weak. They fail because they ignore it, they avoid, they numb out, they distract themselves with work, people, social media, or old habits. And they convince themselves that everything is fine. But Capricorn, you are not here to sleepwalk through life. You are not here to play small. And right now, the cost of avoiding this test is spiritually devastating. Here's what happens if you fail between June 9th and June 13th. You stay in the same toxic relationship until 2033. That person who drains your energy, gaslights your emotions, or keeps you stuck in the past, they don't magically go away. They become your anchor, and every year you stay with them, you lose more of your light. If you don't close the door now, you'll be stuck in the same emotional loop for the next 8 years. Your money blocks return and multiply, Capricorn. Money and security matter deeply to you. But failing this test reactivates your poverty programming. Suddenly, opportunities vanish. Clients disappear, unexpected expenses pile up. You feel like you're working harder than ever, with less to show for it. And worst of all, you start doubting your worth again. You feel emotionally frozen. One of the worst outcomes of spiritual avoidance is emotional paralysis. You stop feeling joy. You stop dreaming. You wake up with heaviness in your chest and no excitement in your spirit. Your life becomes a loop of responsibilities, anxiety, and survival. Your purpose feels lost. You start questioning everything. What am I even doing? Why am I not where I thought I'd be by now? And because you didn't pass the test, you can't access the clarity that only comes after the fire. You stay stuck in limbo, surrounded by noise, but disconnected from your calling. This is what the karmic trap looks like. And no, it doesn't come with flashing lights or thunder in the sky. It sneaks in quietly, through your routines, your habits, your excuses, and one day, you wake up realizing you've been asleep for years. Capricorn, you were not born to live like this. You're not here to repeat patterns. You're here to lead, to rise, to evolve. But if you fail this test, if you walk away, avoid the inner work, and stay silent, the universe will respect your free will. But it will also withhold the breakthrough, not out of cruelty, but out of karmic law. Because only when you show up for yourself, does your destiny open the next door. The price of failing isn't just pain, it's delay. And in the spiritual realm, delay is the deadliest trap of all. So now you know, avoidance isn't neutral. It's a choice with consequences. You get to decide what version of yourself lives through 2025 and what timeline you wake up in by 2033. Capricorn, here's what happens if you pass. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about what happens when you don't run, when you face the mirror, when you choose growth over comfort, and say to the universe, I'm ready. Because when you pass this karmic test between June 9th and June 13th, your entire reality begins to shift. Yes, it's spiritual, but it's also real, tangible, life-changing. Let's break down what's waiting for you on the other side. Check emotional clarity. First and foremost, you'll feel a wave of peace wash over you. Why? Because when you pass the test, the fog lifts. You'll finally understand why the heartbreak happened, why the delays were necessary, why the universe had to shake your world before it gave you what you asked for. You'll stop asking, why did they leave? And start saying, thank God they did. You'll stop chasing closure, because clarity becomes your new compass. Wealth flow returns. Capricorn, money is energy, and when your soul aligns, so do your finances. If you've been struggling with scarcity, unexpected bills, or feeling like you're doing everything right but nothing's working, that ends here. Once you pass the test, the resistance dissolves. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. You get messages, calls, offers, and connections that feel divinely timed. Your financial blocks? Gone. Your self-worth rises, and so does your income. You no longer chase money, it flows to you. Soul-aligned relationships. This is a big one. Once you release the past, the universe sends you what's real. Not the karmic placeholder, not the trauma-bonded ex, not the friend who drains you but never shows up. We're talking divine partners who speak your soul's language, a soul tribe that gets you without explanation. People who help you rise, not dim your light. You attract people who reflect the healed version of you, not the wounded one. Because now you're vibrating on truth, not trauma. You enter a new timeline. Here's where things get next level. When you pass a karmic test, your entire timeline accelerates. You may notice synchronicities daily, angel numbers appearing constantly, instant manifestations, faster healing, creative downloads, and intuitive hits. A powerful inner knowing that you're finally on the right path. You're no longer repeating lessons. You're creating your legacy. The things you've prayed for, they start appearing. The dreams you shelved, they feel possible again. The heaviness you've carried, lifted. The reward isn't just energetic, it's real. It's emotional freedom. It's cosmic acceleration. It's the universe saying, yes, now you're ready. Let's go. Capricorn, you didn't come this far just to stay stuck in a cycle. You came to rise, to lead, to remember your soul's power. So if you're asking, what happens if I pass this test? The answer is simple. Everything changes. Capricorn, now is the time to act. You've seen the warning. You've felt the shift. You know the test is real. So the next question is simple. What do you do now? The universe is waiting for your response, not in words, but in energy. Because the most powerful magic happens not in what you say, but in how you move. Capricorn, here are your 3 sacred instructions to pass this karmic test and step fully into alignment. Ground yourself daily. This is non-negotiable. You must ground your energy every single day from June 9th to June 13th. Because as spiritual energy intensifies, so does your tendency to disconnect, overthink, or spiral into old patterns. Your soul needs roots right now. Stability, presence. Do this. Walk barefoot on real earth, grass, soil, sand. Place your hands on a tree and breathe. Sit in silence and feel the weight of your body in this moment. Journal what you're feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You're not just calming your nervous system, you're anchoring your soul. Because when chaos rises, a grounded Capricorn becomes unshakable. Speak the daily affirmation. Words have power, but intentional words, they shift timelines. Each morning, look in the mirror and speak this aloud. I pass this karmic test. I choose my divine destiny. I release all spiritual loops. Say it with your chest. Say it until your energy shifts. Say it like your future depends on it, because it does. This is more than affirmation. It's activation. The universe doesn't respond to hesitation. It responds to certainty. So speak like a soul who knows their time has come. 3. Cut the energetic cord. This one is sacred, deep, and necessary. If someone from your past reappears, especially between June 9th and June 13th, understand that they are not your future. They are your final test, so don't ghost them, don't fight them, don't over-explain. Instead, release them with ritual. Here's how. Write them a letter, say everything you never said, but do not send it. Take the letter outside under the moonlight, preferably during a waning or dark moon. Burn it safely. Watch the smoke rise. As it burns, speak your release aloud. I thank you. I forgive you. But I choose me. I close this loop. What you're doing is energy work. You're telling the universe, I'm ready to clear space for what's next. And remember, symbolic action creates real change. Capricorn, this isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. These 3 sacred steps are not rituals of superstition. They are declarations of alignment. When you ground yourself, speak your truth, and release what no longer serves you. You shift your vibration. You rewrite your timeline. You pass the test. So don't wait. Don't wonder. Start now. Because action speaks louder than doubt, and your energy speaks louder than your words. Capricorn, your final instruction is here. You've made it to the end of this spiritual message, but don't get it twisted. This isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter. Right now, the universe is watching, not to punish you, but to see how you respond. And what you choose to do in the next few moments could unlock your next 8 years of abundance, alignment, and divine timing. So here's what to do right now. 1. Subscribe and turn on the bell, Capricorn. This is not your only karmic test. And if you think this portal is intense, just wait. There are more cosmic waves coming, more timelines shifting, more soul contracts activating, and I'll be right here, guiding you through every single one. So, if you're serious about your spiritual growth, If you're ready to stop playing small and start living in alignment with your highest timeline, then do this now. Hit subscribe, smash the bell icon. Join this tribe of awakened Capricorns and chosen ones who are done being stuck. Because when the next karmic message drops, you don't want to miss it. 2. Share this with another Capricorn. You're not the only one being tested right now. There's someone in your life, maybe a friend, a cousin, an old co-worker, who's going through spiritual warfare, and they don't even know it. They're walking straight into the same trap you just avoided, and your one small act of sharing this video, it could save them years of confusion, pain, or delay. So pause for a second and ask yourself, who do I know that needs this message? Then send it, DM it, post it to your story, because that one message might be the moment that wakes them up. 3. Watch this next. Unlock the reward. You've passed the test, you've done the shadow work, you've chosen evolution over excuses. Now it's time to claim your reward. Go watch this next video right now. Capricorn, 5 millionaire numbers for June, decode them before June 15th. Because abundance doesn't wait. It flows to those who align, and this is the universe's way of showing you, yes, you did it. Now let's multiply the blessing. If you felt chills, goosebumps, or inner clarity during this video, that wasn't random, that was confirmation. Your portal is open. Now walk through it. 4. Final comment challenge. Declare your timeline. Don't just consume this message, activate it. Your words have power. Your voice carries vibration. When you speak your intention into the digital realm, the universe listens. So here's your challenge. Comment below this video 11 times. I will pass this test. I choose my divine timeline. Yes, 11 times. Why? Because repetition imprints your energy. Because 11 is the master number of alignment and intuition. Because this is your soul's way of anchoring the truth. Let your higher self speak loudly. Let the algorithm of the universe pick up your frequency. This isn't a joke. This is your soul's contract being rewritten in real time. Capricorn, your destiny is calling. You've been tested. You've been challenged. And now, you're being chosen. But only if you choose yourself. So take these next 60 seconds and do these 4 things. Subscribe, share, watch the next video, comment 11 times, because your new timeline is 1 click away. And the universe is listening. Right now,